Good evening, everybody. This is Dan Craven at a chilly Town Line soccer field. We're going to start talking to you about soccer. It's right around the corner. And even though spring has sprung, you wouldn't tell by today's weather.
How many times did you practice that?
Oh, dude,
Did you rehearse that?
I've known that for years.
All right.
Spring has sprung. So anyways, even though spring has sprung, there's a little bit of a nip in the air. But in any case, we're going to start talking to you about soccer today. And first of all, I want to introduce, of course, my sidekick, Dom. Good to have you back on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's always good to have you. Dwayne Kohler is out of the country on a special mission. We're not allowed to tell you what it is, but I'll just let you know that. Josh Fetz is hopefully studying. So Josh, I hope you're in the books doing whatever you need to do. We missed you as well on this venture. But I will tell you that we have some interesting guests here today. We got a two-part show. The first part show is going to start talking about CCYSA in general. We're going to talk a little bit in general about maybe their travel program. And we're also going to maybe touch a little bit on Meadville soccer, high school boys soccer program. That'll be a nice thing. And then later, we also, for some of you people that don't know, there is an adult league here at the Town Line Field. And we're going to have a gentleman come in, Nick Hoffman, later in the second half of the show and talk about that. But now, let me introduce our special guest. To my immediate left, Ryan Smith.
Thanks, Dan.
Good to have you on show. Now, let me tell you about Ryan Smith.
Oh, boy.
I know Ryan Smith since he was a knee-high to a grasshopper's grasshopper. Ryan is a very busy person. He not only is a board member here at CCYSA, which he's going to help explain a little bit about the process of, not only becoming a parent or a volunteer or a board member or whatever, he's also the head soccer coach at Meadville High School, and he's also a PIAA soccer official. He just does it all. Ryan's
and a travel coach.
Thank you very much.
And, that's right, he coaches travel, so welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
And to my immediate right, Mr. Steve Cronin, thank you for being aboard.
Pleasure,
good to have
pleasure.
you. Steve's claim to fame is he's the board member, but he wouldn't give me any other information. But I got to tell you, I bet he does more than just being a board member up here. Yeah.
And
he's got a busy
he
schedule.
knows all these fields out here, Dan.
I would imagine.
He keeps them prim and proper.
I would imagine.
Nice.
Netted,
Yes.
nets, and so there's
You don't trip.
Don't Well, like I said, we are sitting here at Town Line Field, but I think some of the history brings us back when this program first started way back when. It used to be over at the fairgrounds, and then there was a good foresight of some individuals, and they bought this property. And I think since that move, this program has done a lot for the area. So with that said, let's start with you, Ryan. First off, and just let me talk about a little bit about the process on the program itself. I mean, what are some of the opportunities? Like, I'm a parent, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, CCYSA, what's it going to do for me? So talk to me about opportunities for parents, players, from all different levels. What kind of things can they get themselves into here?
Well, first of all, it gets the kid into a fantastic sport of soccer, the camaraderie, the sportsmanship, being active in the community. But on the latter subject of the parent, it gets them involved in what their child is doing, because we are also looking for new board members for the young up-and-coming stars of the sport. We're lacking in board members, so we're looking for young blood, new ideas in the organization to take us to the next level.
I think this is a fantastic facility up here. These fields, the new building here, these are all things that have this organization on the cusp of, everything that's come before it has been great, but I think the trend line is only going up, and that is where the value can come from, with some new, an injection of new energy.
Now, yeah, since you opened that board member door, Steve, I'm going to throw this into your court. Okay, I'm sitting there. Yeah, I'm going to be a board member. The only thing I know about soccer is Pele.
I didn't know Pele. I knew who Pele was, but I couldn't name another soccer player ever before I got involved.
How about me a ham? I'm 2 for 2. Okay, here's the thing though. But the point is that to be like a board member. Let's start with a board member. It's just like anything else. You need to know a lot about soccer. There's an opportunity if you're a board member. You got to be a coach, and talk about what's maybe some of the responsibilities of the board member.
Well, the biggest thing is to have I love the Meadville community. That's why I'm here. I knew nothing about soccer. Our president now is John McGlynn. John McGlynn got me involved in soccer with my youngest daughter at an early age. I got involved. I started coaching a little bit. I gained the interest. We started coaching. did very well in that. But I knew nothing about soccer. I knew nothing. John taught me a lot. I learned a lot. And my big thing was summer league. Yes, it's summer league. People get on that, but it's a good time to get out and enjoy it, especially at an early age. At an early age, the kids get in. It's fun to see, fun to watch them gain that experience, and they enjoy it. As far as being a board member, the biggest thing we're trying to do now is make it so that anybody that wants to join the board and become a board member has the tools they need in place. That's John wants to retire. I want to be out in a few years when my daughter graduates from high school. But we're trying to get the things in place to make it easy. It's not going to be a large consumption of their time. So if we get enough board members, we're able to divvy up the responsibilities and spread them out with a larger number of people to make it easier on the whole group.
And maybe the important thing is not necessarily soccer knowledge, but it's the knowledge that new volunteers can bring into the program. If whether you have, and I'm just speaking in generalities, but accounting skills or
Correct.
graphic design or welding to fix things or landscaping. I mean, you don't have to have any specific knowledge to come up and bring a rake and help rake out the road a little bit.
Exactly, and there's a lot of things that, as you speak of, is one of the things is we have a great person that's our treasurer. She does a great job, but that's a big part of what we do. Organizing things. At the beginning of the season, getting things out, getting the things ordered, contacting the sponsors. A lot of people have different. If you come from a different line of work, it's nice to bring fresh people in. They know people that we don't know. It brings in more people, and that's how we can grow the facility, grow the sport, and keep it running for the future.
Okay. Yeah. So you sold me. So how do I mean, not me personally, just somebody out there. But let's say, for example, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, I'm good at accounting. Maybe I could do this. I'm an organized person. I can come in and do whatever. So if somebody was interested, maybe they don't need. They're looking for something to do. What's the contact information? Is there a website?
It's definitely through the website, which is ccysa.org. And if you're already involved in the organization and want to learn more, when you bring the kids up, come talk to any of the board members, directors. We all wear our lovely shirts when we're here. But talk to one of us, and even if it's we're looking at people that maybe not even want to become directly a board member, but just help out.
Right.
Now, Ryan, maybe you can speak to this, having had some coaching knowledge. The organization is almost always looking for coaches, but at the younger levels, people don't necessarily have to be qualified to coach a team. You are just providing some support and direction for the young kids, right?
Right, and we just actually had a meeting last night. Jim Miller, the coaching director of Meadville Area Soccer Club, had a meeting last Wednesday, and the people that know a little bit about the game are absolutely and willing to help up-and-coming parents who want to get involved. So the soccer knowledge coming in isn't a big deal. You can learn and be taught the skills to be a good coach. It's just stepping up to the plate and getting involved, and the knowledge is there. It just needs it. You just want to learn it.
Right.
Let me ask you this. From a USA Soccer standpoint, the men's team, they had a guy with a big red beard. I mean, is that necessary? I mean, do I have to grow a red beard?
Alexi
You know what I'm
Wallace.
talking about?
I know now. I've gained a lot of knowledge.
It's an Alexi Lawless come-alike. Kind of thing.
Yeah, even he shaved his beard.
Once he retired and became in front of the camera. I'm sorry.
I'm not a board member, but I'm going to go out to say that you don't have to grow a beard to be on the board.
I saw him St. Patrick's Day.
It looks like Smith Brothers cough drops up here. And we got all this. All right, talk to me a little bit about Schmitty. Talk to me about, okay, I've got a son or daughter, and now I want to do this soccer thing. Talk to me a little bit about when's the season, how do I enroll somebody, yada yada yada. All that good stuff.
For travel, they have tables set up here during CCYSA, and they also have a website. And games start this year, April 10th. But the registration is very easy, just like CCYSA. You go onto their website, you fill out a form, and it's just a great program. The travel is a little bit more competitive than CCYSA, but CCYSA is a good stepping stone to get involved into the program, get indulged, and realize you like soccer, and then you take it to the next competitive level, which is travel.
And maybe, Steve, you could talk a little bit about rec soccer in terms of, like Ryan was saying, getting kids introduced to the game, the affordability of the game, and the length of the season up here.
Yeah, basically, as far as, I think we're one of the least expensive things you can get your kid into. Basically, all you need is, I think the registration cost is about $45, 7-week season. Basically, you get your shirt with that registration cost.
And if they need socks and
Socks
cleats
and
or
cleats
here
and
sometimes,
stuff, we have it, and we always we ask for those. If you have some to donate, we'd be glad to take them.
boots.
They're
That's
boots.
right. So you got to wear the boots.
If you want to get your kit and the boot, Don, if you're going to come on the show, you've got to use the terminology.
You got to
don't-
put the
you don't
boots
call them
on and go on the
outfits?
pitch.
No, it's the pitch, it's the boots, it's your kit.
And they're friendlies.
And
they play friendlies.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, when I always refer back to when my kids played, because that's the only reference I have. But it seemed like the travel, like when you say travel's on now, but it seemed like way back when it was like you did you did like the rec thing here in the summer, and then you tried out for a fall season travel, and then that sort of carried over to the spring. Has that changed at all? How's that work now? So in other words, it just seems odd to me that you're telling me that CCYSA, the rec league, feeds into travel, but we're having travel in the spring before we have the regular season. I'm not, you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I don't want it to be confusing for the people out
Boy,
there.
you need a whiteboard. You've got me confused.
No.
We got all kinds of leagues going on. That's the nice thing.
Travel is now.
But it's also in the fall.
It is also in the
But
fall.
when does it start?
Chicken and the egg?
No, I'm saying if CCYHA is a feeder into it,
Right.
so it's also in the fall is what I'm getting to.
It is also in the fall, but the numbers are more slim in the fall because of the older kids playing both
Fall
girls,
sports.
both boys and girls
Right.
playing the JV and varsity level. We are more right now. We're talking about the spring travel,
There you go.
which gets into it. That starts before CCYSA, and then they go into rec, and then back into the JV
Promoting
varsity.
soccer, we would like them to stay in soccer, but sometimes they travel to those fall or spring sports that are not soccer.
Yeah, understood. Now, you talked about signing up on the website. Is that something that, do they have to, I mean, how does that process work? If someone wanted to sign their young lad or lass up for soccer,
Right.
how does that work? Steve, you want to?
Yeah, we now you go on ccYSA.org and they'll actually print the registration form, and then they'll have to mail that in.
Okay.
The reason being, it's very expensive to hold that website open. And
Don't worry
hello,
about
Wynn.
it.
Fine.
It's all good. Don't worry about a thing.
And in order to keep the cost down, to keep it affordable, it's just easier to do it that way. And then we'll have an open registration here at the Town Line facility, April 16th.
April 16th from 10 to 2.
And that'll be, I don't know if that'll be the last one before the season, but we'll have to check on that.
April
Everything will be online
10 to 2.
for the registration forms. If you get the registration form filled out before you come, that'll be a big help. We'll have them here as well. We'll have plenty of people to help. And even if you want to talk to us about some things we're doing or need help with, if you're willing to do that, we'll be here to talk as well.
Good. Yeah. So I mean, I would assume that this website is. I mean, this program's going on for a while, and I'm sure it's all self-explanatory. But I mean, there's probably contact people. Somebody has a question and that kind of
Right.
stuff. All
We
right, good.
just got done redoing the website a little over a month ago, and the person did a great job for us, and it's real easy to navigate. So
Good deal.
things should be good there.
Schmitty, you're a referee. I just mentioned that earlier. I mean,
I am.
Yeah. How do you? I mean, do you have refs for this? I think you do. I mean, there's leagues and there's practices, but so if someone wanted, to walk on the dark side and be a referee, how does that all work?
Like you said, it is the dark side because the referee has no friends except for his fellow
I like
referee
you,
on the
Schmitty.
other side.
I like you, Schmitty.
Let's not forget them girl refs, them lady refs.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely, the lady refs. There will be a reffing clinic up here. Anybody is welcome to become a referee. There is a clinic. The secretary, Tracy, is the reffing coordinator as well.
Tracy's last name is?
Cronin, Steve's wife. And
Want to make sure. There could be a lot of Tracy's up here.
absolutely. Does a great job at scheduling equal games. But if anybody's interested, absolutely go onto the website and say that they want to be a referee. Send us an email, and they could.
We don't put them in over there. We don't put them in.
Don't
throw
put them in over
deep
their
end.
heads. No.
Even for the younger refs, they don't generally ref unless they're a certified ref above their age level. We have certified refs, and then we have just some summer refs that we give a little bit of training, and we make sure we stick around. A lot of the directors will help them young refs out, and stand around the fields, make sure they have what they have. And make sure the parents are being nice and the kids are having fun.
Well,
So-
you bring up an interesting point too. I don't know, what's the youngest age group that you guys have up here? And it goes all the way up to U18, right, for the summer
Correct.
league. But what's the youngest age?
The youngest age is U8.
So how young can you how young can you be and play U8?
You can be 7.
5. I'm getting the
You can
Six.
use 6. I'm
Six.
sorry. I'm
Six.
sorry. I'm being
Let's get it
corrected.
right.
I'm
Let me
being
let me
corrected.
just wait. Hold on before we say anything else. I just want to clarify one thing. I got Schmitty, the man over here, says 7. I got Steve over here says 5, and I got the young lady that knows
That
everything
knows-
took the
that knows
average
the answer.
and said 6. I was going to say 6 because we had 7 and
I thought we were
5.
having an auction.
Yeah.
8, 6, but that's a good question, Don. That's a great question right there. So yeah, so there you go. And of course, if you get farther along, we're going to talk to Nick later. You could play as an adult.
You can absolutely.
We'll ask him some of those questions later.
How young you can be and play in the adult league? 4.
There is
You
some,
could be 4.
yeah, I don't know about that. The
You
other
have to
thing,
stack them on top of each other.
there you go. The other thing I wanted to say too is we don't have the real advantage of seeing a lot what's here, but way back when there was a couple people that didn't know what to do with themselves, and they ended up ruining some of the buildings up here. And I guess what I want to say, if you're ever on Town Line and you're driving down, I guess the buildings that were replaced and the work that these board members put in, I mean, they're dedicated. I mean, this is something that is not reaching out for the kids. This isn't like, okay, what we're trying to do is be glorified or whatever. I think these people are sincere in what they did. They went above. That's a beautiful facility here now. The fields are in great shape, despite all our lovely weather here in Northwest Pennsylvania. But if you get a chance, I mean, just to drive by and look at what these men and women have done, to promote this game. I know some people, like soccer. You don't have to like soccer, but you still have to appreciate what people have done, their hard work. And for that, I say thank you to you guys. And I don't know if you were part of all that, but it was nice to see that this rebounded. I was concerned that it was going to go not rebounded.
Well, that
Is that a word? Rebounded?
Rebounded.
Not rebounded?
Check that out.
That's
Somebody-
hyphenated.
Yeah, somebody check that up and email us in. Is rebounded a word?
Well, when you say that now, you bring up this tragedy into a good state.
Yeah.
When you say board members, I want to make a point that it was Steve Cronin, which is here to my right, and John McGlynn, who is our president. They made this building happen. They took the bull by the horn. They talked to the builders. They talked to Morton, which built this beautiful facility. They dealt with the township. They dealt with the architecture. They dealt with everybody that needed to be done. So if anybody needs credit in this building, it is Steve and John.
Well, that's good to know. Right.
They did a wonderful job. They dealt with the multiple headaches
Right.
to get this building done to the way it is today.
And-
So
I certainly echo Dan's comments. I mean, to know these fields up here are dedicated almost solely to soccer. But the impact that these fields still have, even though their focus is on one game, the high school teams have practiced up here and had camps.
Yep.
There's been camps. There's been people from Europe hosting camps here.
absolutely.
There's
Remember
youth
those,
soccer,
yeah.
there's travel soccer, there's adult soccer. These fields are such a tremendous asset, and if you don't mind me politicking for you a little bit, it's a bit surprising to me that there are not more people connected to the game who are not offering their services. And this is not intended as any disrespect to all of the people who do help out, because you guys have cleanup days up here. I was up here helping out with one cleanup day. There was a woman from pickup soccer, and I didn't mention that as well. Pickup soccer is played here, who came up, felt compelled to help out on cleanup day just because you guys host pickup soccer up here. So
Right.
I think that this place is a gem. And that's above and beyond the building. I'm just talking about the fields and the capacity and the facility and the opportunity that is behind us.
Absolutely.
And yeah, some of that opportunity, and I stand corrected if being so, but I think that Katya Costa played here. And I don't know if that name means anything.
She did.
She did. Katya is now a junior, a sophomore at Villa High School when they won this PIAA states yesterday, and has just put a verbal letter of intent to play Division I soccer at Akron. Now, I don't think every kid come out of here is going to play Division I soccer, but the point is, if this field's not here, maybe Katya isn't going to school on a Division I scholarship contract. And and the only kid I know that ever came out of the hockey program was Ryan Smart that went, Division I on a contract. There was a couple others. I think Morgan Nickerson went, and there were a couple others, but Ryan was the only one that got signed off, to play in the NHL. So what I'm saying is that there are opportunities, and you don't know. What's an hourglass if you put it in the shade?
It's
Think about that.
It's the same thing that we talked about.
Yeah, hourglass, same thing. Go ahead.
Basically, the travel. Katya played. I was lucky enough to coach Katya.
So you're the reason. Congratulations.
No,
Everybody,
it's all Katya. Trust me.
Steve Cronin.
Katya's the bulldozer. We love Katya. We love her dad and mom too.
Oh, yeah.
Great people.
Yeah.
I coached with their dad, and I coached with my daughter. And John McGlynn, it's one of those things, when you're playing summer soccer and you need something more to do, your kid's out there kicking the ball, and they seem to have a little more interest maybe than the rest of the kids. And it's a lot of hard work and dedication. And that's where Katya went. Katya went and took the next level. She went to travel. Her father and I said, we've done all we can for you. You're beyond us. Let's see what you can do. She moved up and
there's kids who played
congratulations.
college. Yep. Yeah, my kid DJ played Division III, and look at Schmitty. I almost coached this guy. Did I coach you once?
You did coach me 9th and 10th grade.
That was the days.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, it's funny. How's it feel to be on the other side? Those kids still don't listen, do they?
It's wild. It's wild. When you got a hold of Dom, and I saw Don at the Judith Jig, and he said he wants to host a show up here.
Yeah.
I started thinking back. I was like, I ran lines for you when I was in 6th grade, and then became the manager in 7th and 8th, and then became your player, and then you had retired from coaching, and then played my junior and senior year, went to college, and now
Here you are.
started out as JV coach, and now I'm the varsity coach. This will be my 3rd year.
This is where we're going to just tune in the Circle Life from the Lion King.
Yeah, right?
Holding up
soccer ball.
You can hold up a soccer ball. Oh, like a Timber and Ryan just,
Yeah.
I feel like that old scar or whatever. Okay, so we talked a little bit about everything. We talked about the need for board members, and you don't have to know soccer to be a board member. You just have organizational skills and be willing to do things. Okay, we also talked about the refereeing program, headed up by Tracy. Thank you. I was trying to swallow, but thank you. No, Tracy Cronin. And then we talked a little bit about travel. We talked about the registration. Is there anything else? Is there a cleanup day? Is there anything else that we want to get out there that the people that you need on how to do whatever? Schmidt, and then we'll go to Steve.
The cleaning day hasn't been scheduled yet, but
That's on the website potentially?
potentially.
Okay.
But the more the merrier. The more hands you have in the basket, as Coach Craven would say. The quicker the job gets done, and the more friends you meet, and the more involved you get. So anybody who wants to be a part of this great organization, you're more than welcome to come.
And Steve, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Could you remind everybody when sign-ups are?
Yep, sign-ups are here at the field, the Town Line Field, April 16th, 10 to 2. And the other thing that I want to say is, we did have, what did John call them in the paper when we had the?
Oh, the hooligans.
The reckless
The
hooligans.
reckless hooligans.
When we had that, we did rebound from that. We do have this beautiful facility, and insurance did cover a lot. But I want to put it out there to the community. Without the community support,
Right.
Unbelievable what people did. We had people saying, I want to give $20, and that meant a lot. But they said, I can remember my grandkids
Yep.
played there. From those little donations to the largest ones we have, all those people mean the world to me and to the organization. And unbelievable the outpouring of community support that we had to make this facility what it is. We are only stewards of what they allowed us to have and do, and we want this to keep going and build from here.
It's always windy up here. Now, do you still call that field back there the Coyote Field?
Coyote
We
Field.
do.
Oh,
we do.
yeah. Now, how many fields are there? Let's get to that real quick. How many fields are there roughly? Little guys, big. How many? What's the
13.
13 fields?
And
a good
we've
number.
changed them around. We've done a lot. As things progress here and the numbers come in, people think that we have the same fields everywhere. It's pretty much the same thing, but everything is numbers driven. So it depends on how many kids sign up and what age groups, and then that's where the board comes in and kind of shifts the fields around, shifts the focus around, and try to
Right.
put everybody in the right spot.
One
at the
last
right
question.
time.
One last question. Whose idea was it to get rid of that deadly culvert and smooth that over so you could park over there? That was probably that was one of the smartest things ever done around here. You doubled your parking capability.
And here again,
That's a
and
great
this is what-
idea.
this is what
That's
I'm
a
saying.
great idea.
I had the idea, but the problem is that it takes a lot of people. Once you have an idea, to get it to come to fruition, that's where the biggest thing is. The investment was for us was to put the pipe in the culvert. We had a lot of help from the township to bring the materials in and to dig it and put it in correctly, and the township helped us out. So thank you, Westmead Township. Without their support, just putting this building up and jumping through all the red tape and hoops.
That's
Unbelievable what they've done for us to help us get this facility where it
good
is.
to know. I mean, that just makes, because now you can get twice. I mean, you get more cars, and it's just now it's easier to come in and out. So that was another splendid idea. That was good stuff. Don, what am I forgetting? Luca played here.
Luca, my daughter played here.
Luca, your
yeah,
daughter.
and Luca and my daughter.
Oh,
Luca, mama, my daughter. I was
gonna say,
Luca and my daughter.
I knew that.
My daughter actually refereed.
McKenna.
Yeah, she refereed. So that's and we really didn't touch
she
on that
coming
much.
back?
But yeah, she loved it. She's
Gonna
looking
come back
forward-
again?
Yeah. She's looking forward to it next year. So I mean, that's another opportunity that the kids have to participate up here. We touched on it briefly, but to get involved, make a little money on the side,
Sure,
and still be connected to the game.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. What did we miss? Anything? Schmitty, lay it out there. Anything?
I think we hit every nail on the head tonight.
All right. Well.
And serving as a segue, we're hoping that our next guest will talk about having adults actually playing the game and trying to get them to reinvest and help out with both the travel program and the youth program up here.
That's right. That's a good segue. So we're going to go to our first and maybe our only break. But with that said, I'm going to thank Steve now. Thanks for coming on and talking on behalf of CCYSA. Schmitty, you're staying here because we're going to talk about adults,
right.
which that means.
All right.
That
Sounds
means
good.
Meadville soccer. So we're going to talk to you a little more. So don't go
Sounds
away.
good.
So with that, we're going to tell you what. Go grab something cold to drink. Wash your hands, and if you need to, comb your hair.
Maybe get a sandwich.
Get a sandwich.
It's going to be a lengthy second half.
It's going to be it can be a lengthy second half. So we'll be right back. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. We'll be back. Welcome back to the second section of Good Sport, the Next Generation, here at a blustery Town Line Field. We kept Schmitty on hand. We were talking about some Meadville boys soccer, but also we brought Nick Hoffman. Thanks for being aboard.
Thanks, Dan.
Nick is sort of the organizer of the adult league here, and I got to tell you, that league's been going on. He'll give us a history on how long it's going on, some of the pros and cons. But again, another great opportunity here at Town Line. But before we segue over to there, I just remind you of that website for CCYSA. It's pretty straightforward. www.ccYSA.org. Just remember that. And then you can get on there and register your kid, and you have any questions, I'm sure you can get a hold of somebody there. Very good. Okay, let's start with you over there, Nick.
Sure.
I'm sure that you must have played a bit of soccer in your day. How else do you get involved in something like this? Why don't you give us a little history about yourself like where you played, so maybe where you coached?
Actually, I used to play on this field. I was a player for Franklin High School. Well, actually, it was Rocky Grove because they had a joint team back then. So we would actually come up to play the Meadville boys when they played.
And what year was it? You don't mind me asking.
I graduated in 01, so 4 years prior to that.
Okay.
So that's how I got involved with soccer.
Oh, yeah.
I played intramurals in college, but I never played actually collegiately. Then once I moved to this area, I heard about pickup soccer, and it's organized by a couple people here locally, and I got involved with that. And then that kind of spawned the adult league.
That's a good thing. I'm kind of glad it did. I mean, I don't play in it, but I know some people that do, and I know someone else that's gonna. Hopefully, if the league is still around, it sounds like it's gonna be this upcoming year.
Yeah, this will actually be our 5th season. We're definitely looking forward to having another successful one. I think our most teams that we had one year was 10. We're going to shoot for that again.
Good.
It's about 8 weeks long, so it's a nice time.
Well, that's good news. I mean, it's gonna be old home week for me because DJ's moved back into town, and I know he's made some contacts, so I think he's gonna be trying to play in the adult
Awesome.
league. So that's not gonna be
More teams, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't know.
think really that's one of the things, if we can emphasize anything, the playing opportunities to have as many teams. I mean, we've had a couple teams that have had a lot of success in the league, but the success isn't as important to me as the participation and the opportunity to play, and to play in a competitive environment. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, Nick, but I mean, it's fun to have referees there and feel like it's more than the pickup. It's a step above the pickup.
Yeah, it is a step above, but it's open to all skill levels. But for the most part, it's pretty competitive.
Well, I was coming over and refereeing a little bit. I will tell you, that first year, and I know I refereed last year, and it beat the Snooty Boy Boot Club from whatever that team that came up.
They don't get Armstrong and Franklin.
They were quite the crew. The one guy was. I won't get into that. Okay. So, anyways, but so talk to us a little bit about if someone is interested. Like we did with the CCYSA. What's the contact information? How does somebody join a team? Can I get a team? Is there? I know it's an adult league, but if I have a team, can I come in with a bar as a sponsor on my jersey? What are some of the ground rules, if you will?
Yeah, there's no limitations on the sponsors. Try to keep it family friendly, though, of course, because we're having it up here at CCYSA.
Right.
We also have to thank CCYSA for hosting and allowing us to use the fields. It's been awesome. We do an 8v8, so 8 people playing on the field at each time on each team. So it's 8v8, so I think it's up to about 16 people on a roster, so you need to have probably at least 12 to make a good run at it. What all else did we want to know about it? How to find out? MeadvilleAdultSoccer.com, or you can just Google Meadville Adult Soccer. We also have a Facebook page that I update regularly with all of the information about the league. I should be releasing the registration forms on both of those sites here within the next 2 weeks, probably by early to mid-April. Registrations are due June 1st.
Very good.
One follow-up,
yeah.
and Ryan, you can also speak to this as well, but anybody who's seeing this who's not sure how to get involved, they can check out Meadville Allegheny Pickup Soccer as well, because there are pickup soccer games being held usually every Saturday, and that's a good way to meet folks, get involved. Several times there have been complete total strangers who have just showed up and kind of absorbed into the group, and then either found a role on a team or found some like-minded individuals and created a team out of that. So, Meadville Allegheny Pickup Soccer on Facebook, I believe.
Yeah, if you just look up Meadville Allegheny Soccer, it'll pop up on Facebook. Also, prior to the season, I'll actually kind of repost them onto the Meadville Adult Soccer Facebook page. So we essentially kind of promote that so that people can come out and maybe join up on a team or start their own.
Yeah, I could from a personal perspective, and no kidding aside here, I think Nick does a nice job. A couple years back, and I'm not sure it could have been whoever, but as a referee, there were some issues with me and another team, and it was this and that, and then they went to Nick because he was a director and he's trying to play, he's making money, trick collecting, whatever, doing his thing, and taking care of the referees, but he handled it in a real professional way. So I guess if I haven't then I want to do now. I want to thank you for the fact that you were really professional and the way you handled it. No one got out of hand. I think it was resolved in a decent manner, but I think with everything said, I thought you did a nice job of that. So
Thanks.
I think that's a true indication on what type of league we're running here. And with that, kind of segueing both, there are some old high school kids that played, right? I mean,
Yeah, actually, Ryan actually had his team come up. I think that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was the captain of my team, and the majority of my team was my high school kids.
There you go.
And just to get some touches on the ball and to play, instead of letting the coach yell at you out on here on this field, they could have a little fun, and it was a good time. It's a good atmosphere, and like you were saying, Dan, that some of your Sundays get rained out, and they have to make them up during the week on a Wednesday when the boys are up here playing the older kids, and very professional, and they just handle themselves as adults.
Yeah, I can remember refereeing a couple times, and some of the guys used to coach. Of course, they'd make a call and they'd yell over, "Come on, coach!" And I'm like, I changed my jersey.
Along those lines of what Schmitty was saying, I do want to encourage coaches in the area. It is a great way to get your team together and get some touches on the ball prior to your season starting in the fall.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, I mean, so this is, so here we go. We're stemming away. You know, we got little kids, and then we go to mediocre kids, and we got kids going here. Now you come back and you're a member of society. Now you can be playing adult soccer. So it's, it's the field up here. It's just fun for everybody. How's my hair?
You have good wind tunnel hair.
Hey, do you want my hat?
No, I don't want that. Am I okay? Where's Luca? Anyway, okay. So just kind of stem-weighing over. Don't go away, Nick. Just stem-weighing to the high school team. How the boys looking this year? Without giving away any trade secrets.
Without giving any
Who's
away.
playing goalie? No, just kidding.
Well, that is a concern because this year, this coming June, I'm losing my senior keeper.
No.
He was a stellar player, come a long way. But this year, we're getting all of our defense back. Our back five is coming back. We're gonna have a little bit of problems in the midfield, but I know there's young guys ready to step up.
Chewing at it, yeah.
Ready to step up and get at
Good.
it.
So when does that officially start?
Running open fields this summer, and usually about the second week of August is the first 2 weeks of official mandatory practices. So
Okay, that's good to know. Now, Don, do you play high school soccer?
I did not.
Well, you play. We're fine.
take two.
We're good. You play in the men's league, don't you?
I do.
Just keep it down.
But I don't have any high school playing experience.
None at all.
None at all.
Well,
A little bit of intramurals in college, but that was it.
I think we've actually mentioned it on this show once before. I mean, even around. But how many times have you hoisted the trophy?
Well, you shouldn't have had to sit. You shouldn't have
I
to sit
just
next
want-
to Nick.
I just want to know.
We're
You
the
want to
only.
unbiased? Twice.
We're the only
Twice.
two-time champion in league
Twice.
history.
Well,
So.
yeah, I mean that's great. I
Yeah,
mean,
so it really is fantastic. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I've been very fortunate to be involved in the team I've been involved in. We're
did you have to pay him to be on the team? Tom?
They did. I did actually. I lead the team in turnovers and offsides.
And how much-
That's my job.
And how much money donated?
Right, beer. I supply the beer, so they're generous enough to keep me around.
No, I disagree. I've seen you out there on the pitch, and I think you get those boots moving quite quickly. I mean, you're not the fastest guy up and down, but I mean you're positionally sound. I mean, seriously, I mean you play the game.
Thank you, Coach Craven.
Well, you're welcome. And
Are you going to illustrate that for our viewers later?
looking for a Franklin right here, a little Benjamin. In here. No, but I
That's
think
only when you come up to referee. That's the only time I give you
I
money.
know. Okay, so here we are in the windy town line field. Nick, what else do we need to know? Seriously.
Ages are 16 and up.
Perfect,
We actually
thank
do
you.
allow for people that are younger, if they petition the board that runs it, there's the potential for 14 or 15-year-olds if they're skilled. We want to make sure that they're not
Right.
just learning at that point. This is more competitive than that.
This is co-ed?
It is co-ed. There's no mandatory so many females and males on the pitch at the same time. We do have it be co-ed, so everybody's welcome.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
That's
as
a
a matter
nice
of fact,
idea.
there were 2 women on our team, on our championship
And they
team,
were
so-
fantastic players
Right,
too.
yes, they were.
Fantastic.
There's a
And
lot of good players.
Actually,
A lot
yeah,
of good
many
girls.
of the women in the league are superior
yeah.
to anything I could hope to
I don't want
do.
to start listing a few, but I know Megan Stone plays. I've seen her out there.
Yeah.
I've seen Elise Kiebert, and there's a couple other ones that I don't know their names, but I know they're pretty good because you can just tell the way that they play. So, yeah, that's good that it's that co-ed thing.
And just
Go
to
ahead.
jump
Yeah.
off of what Nick said, we've had a lot of people participate who fall in the same kind of vein as me. Didn't play in high school, didn't play in college. It does take a little bit of nerve because some of the folks out there are hustling and running pretty hard, but you're welcome to play. I mean, this is not a league, you know, if you're comfortable being out there, then you're welcome to play. And we want to encourage people that really it's the activity that is what we're trying to promote. I mean, certainly we're keeping score and we're playing and there's standings, but you know, participation it's so much fun.
It's good exercise, you know.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, Schmitty, from your side of the tracks?
Well, since you said that your son is back in town,
He is.
any other team that's playing against him is going to have a heck of a time. Because I tell you what,
I don't know about all that.
being the boys' coach for the past 2 years, I've never have found somebody who could win the ball out of the air like DJ Craven did.
That's good to know. No wonder his head's a little flat.
Well, see, could you get Tori to come down too?
Well, I'd love to have Tori to come down. I mean, she's working up in Erie. I mean, she's working at Barron, but that'd be.
Well, one of the women that played on my team was from Barron. Maybe you should have them field a team out of Barron to come down.
Then you're gonna lose players.
That's true. We can't afford
You
to
want
do
to break
that.
up your team?
No, we don't want to.
Well, maybe I should have Tori contact this person because actually Tori and DJ played on the same team up in Erie last year, but that'd be good to have them come back. But anyways. Nick, you mentioned earlier if somebody wanted to petition the board. I'm assuming that's separate than the CCYSA board.
Yeah, there's about 5 of us that actually kind of help out and kind of came up with the whole idea. So if you ever need to contact us, just email us at meadvilleadultsoccer@gmail.com, or you can contact us through the Facebook, or
Nice.
all of that stuff's on our website too.
Nice. Okay. Are we forgetting anything?
I think that covers it all.
I think it's good.
Just come on out and play.
No kidding. And I think Don brought up a good point. If you're kind of like on that bubble, you maybe try the pickup thing and see how it goes. You know, there's no pressure there. You don't have to wear, you know, an official game jersey. You know, there's no referees. But maybe, you know, kind of get your feet wet, so to speak. And then if that's your cup of tea, you can jump right into another team. You know, get yourself a kit and jump on the pitch.
The first probably year I played pickup soccer, I just played in regular tennies.
No
Just running
way.
shoes.
Probably Chuck T's.
Yeah.
Let me see them. There they are. Can we get a shot of the Chuck T's? Schmitty, thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Good luck with not only you got
Thank
you
you.
got your hands full, and I'm glad you got your hands full because I think we need people like you and Nick and and the Cronins and so on and so forth. But you being one of the younger guys, it just I think. You're not that far off from some of the high school kids, and I think that can get infectious. They could say, "Look, Schmitty's doing it. Maybe I can get involved." When they say, they see me out there, like, "Oh, what's old wrinkled face doing here?" But when you got the younger guys, it can get feverish, so to speak. So hats off to you as well.
Thank you. I do need to get the sunglasses. Like when I get angry, I need to get the sunglass action going on here.
I'll teach it to you.
I don't have that skill down
Yeah,
there.
we're
but-
working on it. We'll work
but
on it. We'll work on it.
I need that action.
You're killing me, Schmitty. I'm really not that bad of a coach, man.
No,
Was I that bad of a coach?
you weren't. You weren't.
Not good. I was worried there. Thought maybe I wouldn't have to sleep in the garage tonight. Anyways, with that said, any closing comments from you down at your end?
No, just reach out to us. We're definitely looking forward to it. Follow us on Facebook so you can find out about the pickup soccer and come out and play.
Thank you very much, Don.
Come up here and take advantage of these fields.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
could
said,
agree.
this is an asset.
All right, with that, I'm going to close it up and say, hey, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Again, if you just drive by, I mean, there's someone here going to answer a question for you. You got all the websites just listed
Just
right
drive
there.
by. Steve Cronin will probably be
Yeah,
here.
Cronin's
Just
probably
fly
kinda
down
grand.
Steve Cronin.
You can find people on websites and you can do everything, but if you have a question to ask, there's no silly question, and who knows, you might enjoy yourself. But with that said, until we do our next show, this is Dan Craven saying good night.